Software teams use task tracking tools like Trello or Asana, which are general purpose tools that can also be used by software teams, or Jira or UTrack, which are tools meant specifically for software teams. Whichever the tool, teams should use one of them. And if your team isn't, that means it's running in an ad hoc manner rather than an organized manner. But if you start using a tool, the story is not over. You should use it effectively. And when I say you, I mean all stakeholders in the team, including non-technical people like sales. Often they are not trained in how to use these tools well, so they don't, which makes it unnecessary overhead for everyone. Right? These tools are meant to be used by the team as a whole. It's a system, and if everyone adheres to the system streamlines your work. If you do it half-heartedly, it will just amount to bureaucracy. To begin with, all that work should be captured as tasks in your task tracking tool. You shouldn't tell people orally or in Slack to do things. If you're sending a Slack message, stop and create a task instead. Second, tasks should have all the necessary information. Sometimes non-technical people create tasks that don't have any description. It's just a one line, implement feature X. Now the engineer to whom this task is assigned has to go back and ask what was required, which is a waste of time for both people. In fact, one of the benefits of such a tool used correctly is to eliminate these back and forth conversations. And if a task is reassigned from one engineer to the other, the second engineer shouldn't have to come and ask what it requires. It should all be there. It will also avoid confusion where the engineer builds the wrong thing, which is very costly in time. If you spent a week building that, that's a week you're not going to get back. Each task should be assigned to the person doing the work. If a person is handing off a task to someone else, it should be done via the tool. They should change the assignee to the person to whom it is assigned. If it is assigned to no one, an engineer has decided not to work on a particular task for whatever reason. He has decided it's a bad idea, he doesn't know how to do it, he has been told not to work on it, whatever the reason may be. He should unassign it from himself. If it is assigned to you, it means you are working on it. If a due date has been agreed to, it should be captured in the tool. All discussions should be in the task tracking tool itself as much as possible, rather than Slack where they become out of context. And when another stakeholder wants to join the conversation, if it's disjointed, they'll end up wasting a lot of their time and others' time rehashing the earlier discussion. Once a task is done, it should be archived. Or if there's a done column in the task tracking tool, it should be moved there. All tasks for the current sprint should be organized in the tool, so engineers don't have any confusion what task is included and what is not. Prioritization should also be captured in the tool. Ideally, you would have a single column which is a pending list of tasks in priority order. Prioritization matters less for tasks that are already being worked on. Since they're already being worked on, you would finish them anyway. And if not, you're wasting a lot of time leaving a lot of things half done and context switching. So prioritization is mostly for pending tasks. Pending as in tasks that haven't been started. And an engineer shouldn't ask, is this or that higher priority? So these are some suggestions on how to use a tool more effectively. It requires a little bit of training and adjustment on the part of stakeholders, as with any tool, but it is worth it because it makes the team more streamlined.